And I'm back, bitch! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to a non-existent YouTuber edition of Star Citizen. Woo! Okay, I keyed, I just make a little joke. A joker with you. Alright, so, let's just get the awkwardness just right out the way, right out the gate. I know I've said this the past couple of videos, but yeah, I was gone for a little while there, as you could tell. And, well, I'm back now, I guess. Or at least back for the time being. I plan on hopefully making more videos back at my usual constant rate, but I had to take a few steps back from Star Citizen, and I really had to take a deep breath because the performance, especially in or around the time that I was constantly kicking out videos, I mean, it was just absolutely god-awful atrocious. And boy, did it make me pull my hair out. In conjunction with that, the other thing that one of my videos went into still absolutely holds true. I'm not going to go into too much, but yeah. So I guess that's kind of like in the past now. So let's try to pick it right back up, get into my regular usual shenanigans, and let's see if I don't start any flame wars again. Seems like I have a habit of doing that every time I say basically anything. It seems like there's someone there to be like, "Oh, fuck you! You don't know what you're talking about. It's alpha. Rah, rah. It's alpha. Alpha." That seems like all that I hear. So, alrighty. So first things first. There's definitely, at least it seems like, some patches possibly on the back end of the server. I've actually been having what seems like slightly better frames, but here and there. This playthrough in particular, there was a couple times that I actually got interdicted, and fuck me running with a spoon. The fucking game actually held up. Yeah, it didn't crash, and not only that, it didn't come to a screeching halt. It was actually quite phenomenal. Super duper stoked about that. So it definitely looks as though they're starting to make progress. So that makes me ultra super duper happy. So, let's get right into it. The development roadmap. There have definitely been some changes since the last video. The roadmap was last updated just a few days ago as of the recording of this video, and it seems as though, at least according to the roadmap, that they are in fact making some decent progress. Character customization, it actually looks like that's just about finished. Awesome, awesome. They've got the helmet polish and lighting improvements, always a plus. The planet tech improvements don't seem to be moving. I don't know. I know there's only one task, and it's at 0 of 1, but man, that must be a big fucking task. Distress beacons. Now, this is actually quite exciting. It seems that the distress beacon, distress call gameplay element actually got moved up, and is now slated to hopefully come out in 3.1, which is phenomenal. I can see so many instances of emergent gameplay coming from just that in and of itself. They got visor and HUD displays, which, if those are anything like the MFD displays that they showed a quick sneak peek of, that could be quite interesting. IFCS balance tuning, definitely needed, in my opinion. There's a few ships, Starfarer, that need to need to be able to handle a little bit better, in my opinion. Not like a racer, not like, you know, super responsive, but better than where it's at now. The personal manager app also seems to be coming along. It seems like we still have quite a few tasks. Well, not quite a few. It's 12 more tasks to go. Ship weapon balance, also super duper needed. I'm actually super for the way the AI and the enemies are set up right now. Some people don't like that they're so easy to kill, but I say poo-poo on you, especially with the netcode being as just absolutely, what's the word, not good at the current state. Is getting better. Ship damage, they've actually gotten to almost completing it. It's now in the polish stage. I can't wait to see the new ship damage. Hopefully they'll have that, what was it called? Was it the desk? The death mask, which, if I understand correctly, hopefully will be once you, quote, kill a ship, then, instead of it just blowing up wildly, hopefully it'll actually be there and you can still board it, but then if you continue shooting it, it'll explode. I would like to see that implemented hopefully sooner than later, so that way we can, you know, jump in there and possibly salvage these quote, destroyed ships. That could be really, really cool. AI. So ship AI to subsumption, they are about halfway there. 33 out of 52 tasks. They're still coming. Going down the roadmap a little bit further, they go into the ships, which I'm just beyond stoked to see the Reclaimer. Hopefully, the Reclaimer has weapons that the pilot can use. Now, I'm not hoping, expecting, I mean, I want, but I'm not wanting, but I want. I know it's not going to be a gun mode. I understand that. It's not what I'm asking for. It seems like some of you took it that way when I said, oh, I hope the Reclaimer has weapons that, you know, the pilot can use. Morphodites came out of the woodwork, and they were like, it's a reclaimed ship, it's for salvage, it does jobs, it's not supposed to be a fighter. Did I say I wanted it to be a fighter? No. Open your eyeballs and earballs. I said I wanted it to have pilot weapons, because that means a lot. Like, look at the Starfarer, especially in its previous iteration, 2.63. That thing could put up quite a defense. 4 size 4 weapons were great, and then they nerfed the shit out of them to where those size 4s basically became size 4 nerf guns. Do not want. I want it to go back to the way it was. Hopefully, the Reclaimer will be more like the way Starfarer was in 2.63, because that thing could lay down some hurt. The Terrapin, also about halfway through according to the roadmap, 22 out of 40 tasks complete. I have to assume it's further along than that. I mean, that seems like it's only halfway done, unless I'm misinterpreting these tasks. They don't really lay them out. Unless I'm just not interpreting this correctly. Miss Razor, 24 out of 42 tasks. Okay, cool. Tumbril Cyclone, 17 out of 39 tasks. A little interested to see the Cyclone. Hopefully it's faster than the damn Ursa, because the Ursa is just slow as shit. It's as if a snail was traveling through molasses. I'm not liking it. They need to put a little bit more pep in its step. They are redoing the Galveston Tactical Systems, which is the Gatling gun. That Galveston, I believe, is on the front of the Gladius. Yeah, the Gladius. Amon and Reese Omniski, whatever. A few more weapons from them. 20 out of 23 tasks. Those are nearing completion. Preacher Armament Distortion Scattergun. Now that's a mouthful. 23 out of 28 tasks. Gemini R97 shotgun, 25 out of 33. Now, we get to the little bit more interesting parts of the roadmap, the core tech. Network bind culling. 5 out of 11 tasks complete. Now, I'm most excited for the performance optimizations. I'm sure that's no surprise to anybody who's seen or listened to my videos, especially as of late. That with the performance optimization, which they are 24 out of 38 tasks completed. Now, hopefully, I can't help but feel that this is actually accurate because, as I previously said, and as you might be able to see from my footage that's up currently, it does actually seem as though there's a little bit better performance. I didn't really run into huge drops in terms of performance, stuttering. There might have been like once or twice here and there, but that was negligible. I would like it if it was a little bit better than where it's at now, but it's actually somewhat bearable in its current state. Now, another thing that I've actually been meaning to talk about and bring up was the hanger flare as of late. Am I the only one who's a little bit let down in the fact that we are getting toys for hanger flare? I'm kind of not a huge... Now, let me tell you why. Hanger flare, at least from what I've seen, have been objects and items that are there to specifically spruce up your hangar. You know, so we've got the posters that go on the wall. We've got the Big Benny's machine. We've got the holo viewer. Well, I guess it's the holo viewer. Whatever that big table is that has, like, you know, the ICC hub, a Portalisar, shit like that. Workbench, fish tank, so on and so forth. The space globes, the monocle and hat, which recently became wearable, the cot, for whatever reason. And then they introduced the Vandal toy with the ship killer, and then what looked like a figurine with a plastic bag on its head named Armin. Am I the only one who thinks those are stupid as fuck? Am I? I think I am. I went on one of the forums and I was like, hey, you know, I'm not really kind of a huge fan of these. Could we go back to the hanger flare for things that were cool and made sense being in a hangar? And man, people came out the woodwork. Oh, fuck you, buddy. Oh, 100 people like it, but I don't. Like all sorts of really antagonizing shit. It was actually kind of funny. And I don't know. Is it just me? Am I the only one who thinks these are, like, ridiculous and not useful or neat? Because, like, okay, we have the ship models, but that makes sense because the ships, right? Some of the ships that have models that you can just buy, you can't buy the ships of. So it's almost like saying, you know, oh, I aspire to have this Starfarer, you know, like, so if you buy the Starfarer model for like $5 or whatever, put it in the model hangar, model viewer, and you're like, oh, I aspire to get that one day, da-da-da-da-da. Well, the ship models, okay, have a case specifically for the ships, right? I mean, yeah, you can put the ships just kind of, you know, strewn about your hangar, but there's very few places to do that, especially depending on the hangar that you're in. I personally like to use Revel in York more often than not because it's absolutely gigantic, and it's the only one that I can fit my Starfarer and or Caterpillar in, so I tend to use those that one the most. So, I don't know, maybe some of the other hangars have better spots to put them in, but I foresee for a better part, if not the entirety of 2018, we're going to be getting these stupid toys as hangar flare. And the thing is, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of these, as I've probably said once or twice already. But I foresee they're going to give out these, well, they're going to give these to subscribers for the remainder, if not most of the entirety of the year, and then probably near the end or the middle of the end of the year, probably going to make a toy case or something to put them in. I don't like that. You know, we already have that trophy case with trophies, the plant viewer, we've got the Taketsu model viewer, the gold one, we've got the other model viewer, there's like 3 of them. So why do we need to bring toys into it? You know, there's already so many different avenues of which that these could... Well, no, let me take that back. There's so few avenues that I foresee these toys actually being used or displayed in, you know? Like, honestly, how many people really want these toys? I would like to know down in the comments. Please let me know. I think their time would be better suited either making other cool, actual hanger-related things rather than these little toys. And I know that might sound a little hypocritical because I love the hanger flare. I do. I love it. But I'm not digging on these toys. You know, if they've run out of ideas for hanger stuff, fine. You know, that makes sense, which, in all honesty, they probably are. And, you know, no shame in that. But I'm sure if they had a poll, like they did near the end of the year, right? They could probably get a better grasp of what people want for their hanger flare. I don't know. And then we run into, like, this type of issue currently, right? So I'm at Levski, and I'm pressing the button on the elevator, and it doesn't seem to be coming. I can hear the noise. It sounds like it's trying to come up, but it's not. And I've heard about an issue very similar to this, where I think in fact it is Bay 1, which I happen to be in, of Levski, more often than not doesn't work. And I will tell you, for the amount of work that went through trying to get this damn nav computer, I was going to be goddamned if I was not going to deliver this to the admin. So after sitting there for, you know, a few moments, as you saw, and finally realizing the elevator was not going to come, I was like, how can I get this to the admin in a quick fashion? And I'm like, oh, I'll just call another hangar bay. I'm like, I can't, because if I try to call it, it's going to say, that request has already been fulfilled. And then I see this guy, and I'm like, oh, perfect timing. I'll just sneak into his bay. But I was like, I'm not trying to get stuck in there and not be able to leave. And then I remembered something. Levski has a rear entrance. Well, side entrance, center entrance, as you are about to see. Luckily, I used my brain bucket and remembered that that entrance was there. So finally, able to land, and I saw something interesting. I don't know if maybe it was just me and I'm not observant when I'm going through Star Citizen, but if you just saw, there are 3 people standing outside, just kind of meandering around. And I don't recall seeing these uniforms prior. Is it just me and I just didn't have my eyes open most of the time when playing, or are these new? You're about to see them right now. I come out, and they kind of catch me off guard. I thought these were 3 players at first, like, I don't know, doing like a weird statue challenge or something. And then I get a little curious, and I walk up and look at these. These are kind of neat. I don't remember seeing these green, explorer suits, I think. I hope those are in the game somewhere. If you know where those are, please comment below. Let me know, because I would definitely like to know. Alright, but I digress. Doing the play-by-play, as you can see. You can watch the video if that's really what you're after. I don't have to tell it to you, unless you're blind. And if you are, then I feel bad. And I'll do play-by-plays. Just let me know down in the comments. I don't know. Some aspects, especially as of late, have kind of pushed me away from Star Citizen a little bit, which is why I haven't been making videos, why you haven't heard from me in a while. But, you know, rest assured, I am still alive. I'm not dead. I didn't commit suicide. I didn't, you know, shoot up anywhere and am now in custody. Somebody actually asked me that, which is kind of funny. I'm glad everybody thinks so highly of me. Thanks.
Sit it down.
But yeah, as you can see, was finally able to deliver the box, and there I go. I'm doing the play-by-play, doing the thing I said I was not going to do. I know this video has been kind of a fustercluck of things. I really didn't nail down one thing to talk about. I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit of everything because there's kind of been a lot of developments in the time that in the time between this video and the last one. And oh baby, 3.1. I don't know how I feel. On the one hand, I'm really excited to finally get the Reclaimer and the Terrapin. Hopefully get good optimizations for the alpha. Yes, I fucking remember it's still an alpha. So hopefully they'll be able to bring optimizations in that will kind of bring a lot of the player base back. It seems like I was not the only one who kind of stepped away from Star Citizen for a little bit. Recently, I've actually been playing a bunch of different games, something I have not been able to do in the longest time because of Star Citizen. I went I went back to playing Fallout New Vegas. I started playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is an interesting RPG. I kind of dig it. What else? I got Destiny 2. I've been messing around with that. The new Assassin's Creed, which is absolutely god-awful. Don't buy it. If you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, don't buy it. In my opinion, it bastardized what the Assassin's Creed name was. It's bad. So with that, it brings me to my next question. How many people, if any, would be interested in seeing commentary on other things? If so, let me know down in the comments. I've actually been thinking about possibly branching out and doing other games. So right here, let me digress a bit further. This is where I get a little excited because I got interdicted almost halfway through my trip back to Olisar, and I'm like, oh, well, that's different. And aside from the frames dropping for a little bit near the beginning, the frames actually seem to have held up for the majority of this encounter. And that actually made me super duper stoked. I wanted to throw that in there because I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, hey, check this out, by the way. It didn't completely, you know, torpedo my game session. I really dug that. So like I was saying, I was actually been thinking about possibly playing other games, doing commentaries on it, showing some of the things that I do, like to do, some of the fuckery that I partake in those. If that's something you'd be interested in or you would like to see, please let me know down in the comments. Because the last time I did something like that couple of people were very vocal and were like, "What is this shit? This isn't Star Citizen." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, sorry about that, Jesus." But yeah, I'm actually a little bit interested in trying, maybe branching out, for lack of a better term, doing some other stuff. Probably gonna try to get back into the groove of making daily videos, or at least every other day or so. No guarantees. As I actually had a really heartbreaking experience a few days ago. I wanted to sit down and make a video and kind of get back into it again. And, it was right after the subsequent wipe that happened just recently after 3.0.1 wipe, where they did the wipe, I guess, to fix some of the other persisting issues with the players, the ball citizen glitch, and some other weapon stuff, if I understood correctly. So they wiped it again, and that was news to me. I logged in, I'm like, wait, where's all my shit? You know, I didn't have my costume, I didn't have my weapons. So I spent maybe like 30 minutes, give or take. I had amassed probably, I don't know, 30 or 40,000 worth of AUEC, and I was like, oh, that'll do it, that'll do it. And then as I'm about to land, I'm like, no, you know what? One more. Let's do one more run. So I flew back to Grimhex, loaded up my, wait, was it Grimhex? Or was that Levski? No, I think I went to Levski, because I had my Caterpillar. Loaded up my Caterpillar with about 40,000 worth of cargo. I'm taking off. I start to jump into Quantum. Everything freezes. Game crashes. 40,000 credits gone, just like that. I was so upset. I was literally just nope, no way, no. I was like, no, no, that did not just no. Logged back in almost immediately. Sure as shit, lo and behold, straight Caterpillar pirate. Location unknown. Press F. Okay. Oh god. Yeah, no, that was a little devastating. I spent a good amount of time trying to amass all those riches and fortunes, and all for naught. Another glitch are the boxes from the Caterpillar. I had heard that there was this issue where if you tried to go out and get the boxes, you can't. But I thought I heard that they fixed it. And I thought maybe that was the case. And I was like, oh, look, I can't grab it. I thought maybe I had like an invisible one because I did the movement. And then I thought, you know what? Let's get a little creative. And that actually worked. So if you've got a shit ton of ammo, and you can't pick up the boxes from a destroyed Caterpillar, fucking just shoot them, man. It seems like that'll work. You just gotta angle it correctly. Otherwise, it's going to do what this headbutt does to the box and just completely fails. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave the video here. It has been a long video, but I thought that I at least owed it to you since I've been gone for so long. So, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, as that lets me know what I should continue to do, what you guys like to watch. Got any questions, comments, concerns? You just want to cry and bitch? Down in the comment section. I try to respond to any and everybody, if possible, especially if YouTube alerts me that a new comment is in. I will be more than happy to answer said questions. So, with that, I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. All you beautiful bastards out there, you have yourselves a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. This has been Will. No, I am not dead. Love, peace, chicken grease. Well, right there I just died, so technically, but love, peace, chicken grease, everybody.